Hi everyone, it's Kate. Today I'm going to be talking about the scariest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's a children's movie. So, what does that say about me? I don't know. That movie is Cat in the Hat, 2003, the live action. To start off, when I was a kid, I remember watching this, and I remember like maybe 10 minutes of this movie, but I was so scared of Cat. He's not even supposed to be the villain in this movie. You're supposed to dislike him, but then you're supposed to be like, oh, he did it for the kids. He's actually good. No, he's not good. Anyways, let's get into it. So the mom is like this like businesswoman who works at a realtor place. She doesn't have a husband, and she's working for her kids, and she's gonna get fired if she doesn't pull off this perfect dinner party. So right away, we're like, okay, this is serious. This is her career on the line. She's like, guys, don't go to the living room. Don't mess anything up. Please, my boss is a neat freak. It has to be perfect. So they're like, okay, the two kids, Sally and Conrad's a little piece of shit. He's like a and he's like messy, so you're just like, oh, okay, so this guy's like doesn't care about his mom at all because he constantly messes stuff up and doesn't listen to her and whatever. So like basic little kid stuff. But then Sally is a little kiss up, I would say. Not in like to the point where you're like, I hate this little girl, but like kind of annoying.
I tried to tell him, Mom, but he went right ahead and wrecked the house and let Nevins get away.
So the mom's boyfriend, it's Alec Baldwin. He's like this like super great guy and wants to send Conrad away to military school because he's like a nuisance.
Have you given some thought about the Wilhelm Academy?
You mean the Colonel Wilhelm Military Academy for Troubled Youth?
Huh? That's the one, Joe.
Which, first of all, these are not your kids, bitch. Like, and he's just like a little kid. Like, yeah, he wants to like sled down the stairs. Didn't everyone if they had stairs? Like Kevin did in Home Alone, and everyone rooted for that guy. So why being such a hater ass bitch? No, that's kind of mean. But no, he's, spoiler alert, he's like a villain. He's the villain. Think of him as the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Kind of like that. Like the whole scene at the end reminds me of that. Just putting that out there. Anyways, the kids are at home alone with their babysitter, and I feel so bad for this babysitter because yes, she sleeps the entire time, but every single joke is just like a fat joke.
We just need a heavy, inanimate object to weigh down this crate.
And I was like, not funny. Like, and also, like, 20 minutes into this, I was like, I don't think I want to watch this anymore. This is, like, the worst movie I've ever seen. But I persevered. So they're bored because they're in the house and there's nothing to do. Why are they not at school? If it's a weekend, then the mom should probably be home. Unless, like, realtors work more. I don't know. I'm not a realtor. So, I don't care. They like, hear something, bump in the night, and then they go find it, and then that murdered. No. They hear something, like, in a closet upstairs, so they go check on it, and then it's the Cat in the Hat, and...
Monster.
A monster? Where?
It's the scariest thing in the entire world. And he's like, oh, what are you guys scared of? It's like, shut up. I will literally hunt you down. I've never hunted before, and I never have the want to hunt animals. But if I did, he's first on my list. So then Sally is like the good teacher, and she's like, you gotta get out of our house, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, sign this contract, and we'll have fun all day. Just like that. And he also just like is so annoying. He has these stupid songs that he sings and dance numbers, and it's like feels close to being racist, but I don't know because he's a cat. It's like they're trying to make him like a satirical, over the top, being like, oh, he knows he's silly, but it was like to the point where it was like too far, to the point where it was like stupid, and I hated it, and I wanted to shoot him. Oh my gosh. And then like he was like going through their house and stuff, and then he drank some milk, and he's lactose intolerant, so he got super big, and then he burped, and it was so gross. It made me feel sick to my stomach, and I wanted to quit watching it because it was so bad. But as people do, they sign the super long contract, and I don't know, it's like, okay, like they'll promise to have fun, and then thing 1 and thing 2 come. They're fine. They're annoying, and they look really scary. They remind me of when the kid in Jumanji turned into a monkey. That's what he looked. That's what the things look like. And also, it's kind of insane how this movie came out in 2003, and in the original Planet of the Apes, which came out 68, it looks better than this movie. So the cat is a menace, and he's like, okay, so blah 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 blah, and then he like tries to make them like cupcakes, but the cupcake batter explodes everywhere and messes up the couch and the house and everything, and then the thing 1 and thing 2 start hitting each other and slapping each other to the couch, and then they get the spots all over the house. Which, if this was me, I would get a ShamWow and some Lysol and it would be clean in 10 seconds. Do these people not like know what cleaning supplies is? Because thing 1 and thing 2 start like beating each other on the couch. Like one of them holds the other one and like smacks him like a freaking axe onto the couch, and it was kind of nice to see someone I hate get hit repeatedly. That's mean. For like a while, like stuff just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and then there's this box that you're not supposed to open because it takes you to like Cat's realm, right? It opens because the stupid little boy Conrad opens it because he doesn't know any better. Like this stupid idiot. Like there's a magical 6-foot cat in your house, and he says, "Don't open this or else like it's gonna be the worst thing ever." And you're like, "Okay, I'm gonna open it." And then the dog somehow the lock gets on its collar and it runs away. And then the neighbor, the mom's boyfriend, is like, "Oh, I'm gonna take that dog and bring it to my girlfriend at work, and that will get them shipped off. That will get Conrad shipped off to military school." If a dog gets loose, you're gonna send your kid away to military school? I don't know. It didn't make sense. But then you also find out that he's like a bum. It's like, oh, he's fat. So you're like, oh, already bad. Oh, he has fake teeth. Oh my gosh, he's so bad. Oh, he doesn't have enough money to own a TV. Oh my gosh, this guy's such a friggin' loser, and he's the villain. They are like chasing down him because they want him to get the dog. They want to get the dog before he takes it to the mom who is at her office, right? But while they're going, the funniest quote, and I literally laughed out loud. It was so funny. He's like, "Oh, you peed on my taco."
Oh! I can't believe you whizzed on my taco!
They get the dog back by the cat pretending to be Jamaican and saying that they need to save an endangered species. I don't know. It was odd how many impressions he does of different races. They go back, their house is a wreck. Once they put the lock on, their house like breaks and falls apart, and then Cat leaves. He's like, bye. And also, throughout the entire movie, the fish is meant to be like the Debbie Downer who's like, "Guys, stop it, this isn't fun, like, listen to your mom." But he's so right. This poor fish. Cat throws him in a toilet. I feel so bad for the fish. I've always felt bad for the fish, even in the animated show I watched when I was a kid. But at least in that, the cat is not disgustingly ugly. Conrad's like, "I'll take the blame because it's my fault." Then Sally's like, "No, I'll stay with you. I also let him into our house, and I also did this." And then the cat comes back and he's like, "You guys did it!" The contract said that if Conrad opened the box, then the contract would be void, where I don't like help clean up and whatever. But then he's like, "Unless you guys make up." Which is so stupid. Like, dog, you ruined my house. Like, freak. Before the box is shut, Alec Baldwin comes in and then falls off a cliff because there's like a whatever. And then whenever the box closes, he gets pooped out the gutter. And he's like covered in like purple like goo. Like right when the mom comes home, it's like fully clean, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. Like, I love you guys." And then Alec Baldwin walks into the house and is like, "These kids are freaking monsters. These kids are horrible. Like, you don't like they're like there was this giant cat and there was a cliff, and he sounds insane." And then then he's like, marry me. And she's like, "Nuh-uh, girl." And she shuts the door on him. which, like, good for her, but, like, also he's covered in, like, radioactive goo. I feel like you'd be like, maybe there's a little, like, maybe, like, he's kind of valid. But then anyways, the cat in the hat is a hero, and the party goes well, and Sally made cupcakes, and everyone loved them, and the kids are being so great, and their mom is happy. The end. But that's not the end for me, because I had to talk about it. I had to deal with the trauma after the fact. I have to live my life with this going on in my head. I have to live my life replaying a giant cat in the hat who drank milk and turned into a balloon and then burped it all out. This movie sucked. Like, I know it's supposed to be, like, super fun and campy and silly, but the cat in the hat, like, ruined it. I feel like it could have been fun, but he was, like, overly, like, bad, and then, but they were like, we know he's bad, we know he's stupid, and it's just, like, it's just not funny. Like, that's it, and hopefully after this, I can completely, eradicate this from my brain. Okay, and then also, one of the most insane scenes, Cat in the Hat is hung. He gets hanged. He pretends to be a piñata, and then people start beating the shit out of him with bats, which was my favorite part of the movie. Like, I was like, justice is served. So, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking to the end. Like and comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, the Cat in the Hat will destroy your house, and, 6-foot abomination with fur following you around and telling the worst jokes in the world for the rest of your life. Or until you make up with your sibling. Okay, that is gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.